Hello, this is Lulu. Hi, Lulu. They were just let out of the house. There's Pepper, the Buttercup and Lotus, River. There's Mulder, the old man. Where's Willow? Willow's inside with her puppies. We got 7 in the house. 3 stayed downstairs with the kids in the kids' room and in our bedroom a little bit. Oh, and then, there's Willow. Hi, Willow. But yeah, those are the Springers. Hi, Willow. And then Peppers are spangled, and our neighbors have a spangled too, which is nice. Oh, Buttercup, you're all twisted up. And this is Buttercup, who got her pelvis crushed because her out in the field. Yeah, I know, I'm so sorry. But we went to the vet and she said she'll probably heal. And she's got a follow-up in about 2 weeks. And then that'll be, if all is good then she's free and clear, huh? Starting to get that snow face. We got her in 2020 when we came back from Cairo. She's Nova's girl. And Nova is Maggie's girl. Oh, goodness. River goes straight for the creek down there. Oh, no, Pepper! Oh, good, she didn't get in. If she gets in, she really can't be free in the house. We got to either put her out on the porch or in one of the bathrooms or something, because they stink when they come out of that creek like nothing. Hi, Lotus. Oh, hi, sweetie. They all disappeared on me. Oh. They're so pretty when they run, especially the Springers. They pop up out of the grass sometimes. They just spring, spring, spring. Hi, Mulder. Come to get some attention? He's a good boy. My parents got him right when they moved up here in 2013, and it's 2025, so he's 12. Yeah. Alright, so we have a few things that are still kicking in the back of the truck. They've been back here for a week. I'll show you the other ones. But these 3 guys here, I think, are the black locusts. And then I have 3 sticks, which I believe are some kind of bush that looks red, but I don't know for sure. And I forget what this guy is, but we already planted 4 of them. We have 1 more left. Well, yeah. Oh, and then we have service berries. We have a couple service berries. See, there's the black locust. And yeah, I think I just planted 2 of those. So we have 3 left, so that's right. I just forget what those 3 sticky things, these things are right here. Yeah, I got a little trash in the back of the truck too. Shh, don't look at that. And then this guy, I totally forget. It looks like a maple, doesn't it? With the like star-shaped leaf there. Yeah. Alright, so let's walk and I'll show you what I did last week that I didn't take any pictures of. Alright, so we have this area here. It's kind of terraced. It's up high from the rest. It looks like they might have built, because it's flat. It looks like when they first built the house, they might have had a plan for maybe putting a barn up here or something. This orange flag is marking this guy, which I don't know what it is, but it's native and bushy. And then I put some raspberry bushes out here. So I don't have the tractor running, but I actually did get it running just for about 2 hours earlier today. Anyway, so we have raspberry bushes in here and a couple of those stick-like ferns at the beginning and end. Oh, look, that one's taken off. Yes. All right, I planted them, and then it rained, a very light, drizzly rain for like ooh, that one does not look good, for like 3 days. So we might get kind of lucky. Oh, yep. Yep. All right, and then the stick. That's the stick. And I don't see that doing anything cool. And that bush up there is the same thing that I have marked down here. There's a couple of natural large bushes over there that grow. We had one that just died though. And then this guy is the same as the one I said I don't remember what it is. Yeah, that's what this is. I have to go look at the receipt and see what the options are. Oh, Buttercup, really? You're going to step right on it? She's like, well, there's no grass there. Okay. Anyway, that doesn't look so good. And give it some more water, I guess. And then I've got one down here. So we planted a tree down here last time, and the tire was already here. That one is looking pretty good. Oh, that's the black locust. And they are considered invasive in some environments, but our environment up here is so harsh with the dry summers and the cold winters that almost nothing's actually invasive. Oh no, this was a service berry. It's not looking good. I definitely got to come out here and water these guys. But I think yesterday, maybe Friday, today's Sunday. Hi! Buttercup. I gotta keep her on a leash to make sure she doesn't run. I think this is another service berry. It's doing okay. Hey, buddy. I love that golden hour light on the goldens. Oh my gosh, so pretty. She's got a camera set up down there. Is doing her dances. All right. Well, that's that. All right, so this is the wild because the tractor's been broken for a month. However, Jake and Tim have been working on it, and we were able to use it a little bit. So you can see we have a couple of things mowed. Yes, and they're still working on it. But in the meantime, it's like hit or miss. Like every 30 times we try to start it, it'll start. But I was able to get a path, and this was the raspberries last year. Let me walk in here a little bit, and you can see we have, that's not raspberries, that's a tree from last year's conservatory planting, and that is a tree that I thought died this winter, but looks like it may have survived. Yay! And then in this mess, there are raspberry bushes and other trees. There lies a raspberry. We will get to weeding out here eventually. Let's see if this tree lived. Oh, I think, do we have new growth? I don't know. I can't tell. I can't tell if that's weed. Yeah, that's weed. That's weed. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, this looks like a tree. Is this a tree? Something I planted from the conservatory last year that survived the puppy attack. We had golden retriever puppies last year. And we put the bag of trees, well, my son put the bag of trees between the refrigerator and the wall. And we had the puppies out, and they found the bag of trees, which was a bag of sticks. And so pretty much all of our trees last year got chewed up. But we do have a few that I planted right in here with the raspberries. And we definitely have some raspberries coming up. Yay! That's got bird poop on it, because I guess a bird likes to sit up there. Alright. So, anyway, yep. So we can see we got a path mode, which is good. And I did just get 2 more things planted. So, we have a black locust here. I cannot believe this thing not only survived, but thrived in like a centimeter of muddy water. What? And I I threw white clover seed on the ground. This is 25, 24 was last year, 23, in like November of 2023. And it's never come up. And it is now May of 2025. And it's coming up everywhere. It's bizarre. I thought that seed was all went to waste. But that's almost all clover. Yay! Okay. There's raspberry guy. Oh, I know it's going to get overtaken by that weed. Like in 4 days, that Canadian thistle there is just going to pop right up over it. There's another one. And another one. I had trees out here too. But I don't know. Maybe they were too far back. We'll see. But there, I got a service berry in the ground too. Yay. And then we'll just walk along. That was today. Service berries were fine too, because the last few days, even though there's been in the back of the truck, it's been what? Look. There's a nice mix of nothing but white and red clover. Crimson clover, actually. I started mowing here. And let's look at everything. What I got from the park is growing. I don't know what it is, but it'll be different. Add variety, and I'm pretty sure it's bush-like. Yeah, that apple tree is looking nice. You can't really... Yeah, there he is. Very pretty. One milk. All right, let's go look at our asparagus and our strawberries. Look, I have a path. All right. So, firstly, what do I have? Oh, these are the strawberries over here, too. That's right. Oh, nice looking strawberry. And there is a path of them. Oh, it was this apple tree I was impressed by. This is Burnt Ridge Nursery. So both nurseries I got the trees from, I'm really happy with. And this one is the Cosmic Crisp. Yeah, that's my favorite. They're little, but they're there. These were weeded at least once, which is nice, you can tell. It looks like there is some fungus, but that's okay. That's okay. This is also a nice looking tree. I believe this is my peach tree. Yep. And this is the Contender. Looks good. strawberries are growing. Oh, look at that red clover. Crimson clover. Here's another peach tree. It looks pretty too. And this should be a different kind. Yeah, this is the Red Haven peach. So these strawberries don't look like they need weeding as much as the strawberries grown where the grass is. Okay. And then we got a tree. Oh, this is something I didn't show you guys. All right, this is something I didn't show you guys. We planted 1, 2, 3. That's a ponderosa pine. It does not look like it's going to make it. 4, another ponderosa pine, even though it's been nice and cloudy recently. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. 5, another ponderosa pine is like dead. I don't know what these are. I do not remember these growing last year. Maybe it's just at a younger stage and I remember, and because we had a mower last year, we mowed. Look, that's the flower. Huh. Anyway, the white clover is also new. So, what is this, number 6? What is that? Oh, that looks like maybe a Douglas fir. Yeah, that's right. We had one more Douglas fir left. So we have 6 trees over here near this Mr. Bean. And I did look at Mr. Bean with you guys last time. And you can see we do have some buds. So maybe he is just a very late bloomer, this Mr. Bean. All right. Okay. Yay, hopefully. All right. So yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 trees we planted all right here, pretty close to the water. So we'll have a nice little conclave of trees. Look at this. This red clover is almost up to my shorts top. I've never seen it that high before. I don't think we've ever gotten the rain that we got this year, this late in the year, which is great. It means it probably will be a very good season for everybody. All right. And then I mowed over here, thinking if we do get the tractor fixed up a little better, we could probably get our stuff in the ground. At least right now, we could get it in no-till style, which would be something. We would do that. But yeah, so I learned something else about our tractor, and it's a 3039R. And that is that even though it doesn't have the safety switch under the seat, that's annoying. When you get off, it turns itself off. It does if you have the mower going or the PTO going and you get out of the seat, it turns off. So that's what happened. So it runs all right when it's going, but once it stops, it's done. Anyway, most of this is nice and mowed down, so we could come through here and put some plants in the ground. That's fine. So I might actually do that. I just wanted to get the trees in the truck planted first. Next year, labor hours per weekend. Labor hours per weekend. Like, all right. You get 40 trees, and it takes you like 3 hours for 10 trees. That's 12 hours. That's a whole weekend at least. And that's pushing it. Okay, look, I left a lot of, they're not daisies. What are they? Oh my gosh. Dandelions. I left a bunch of dandelions everywhere I could so it would, fix the soil. Dandelions are good. And now we got a lot of dandelions, which I'm so happy about. And the red clover. I haven't seen any bees on the red clover though. I don't know. They might not like it as well as I thought they were gonna. All right, next I will show you the strawberries. That's because I got it in reverse. Okay, there we go. So I did say the next time you saw me, it would be, I was going to show you the strawberries next, but it went and got dark on me. So since then, I planted a few more trees. I did finally get all of the Spokane Conservatory trees out of the back of the truck and planted. Yay! And then I had to follow the water system and fix it because it was popped just in two places. And then I switched the water back and forth, made sure that worked. And then I came and I hand watered the starts that I still have in the trays and in the greenhouse. And I noticed that my strawberries in the greenhouse, I got like 15 blooms on them, which is freaking awesome. And now, oh, and I also watered all the Douglas firs, just like a count of 5. So just walked along the line and watered those guys. And now what I'm doing is I'm driving up the hill and I'm gonna try to water those little guys that I planted last week. It was the weekend before last, actually. Oh, I need to put this in 4-wheel drive. Okay, no I don't. I got it. All right. I do not want to run over a tree. There's my water bottle. Okay, I think we're okay. I hope we're okay. Hope I did not run over a tree. I don't think I did, but I could have. Oh, crap. Okay, that was a dead tree. We're okay. Ooh, what a pretty sky. Oh, wait. That's cool. It looks better in the camera than it does in real life. In real life, it looks more like that. But for some reason, that's cool. So cool. Alright, anyway, I'm going to leave the lights here and then water these guys. And make sure there's not a tree stuck under the truck. I just recorded and then didn't record. Okay, so I just watered. I brought 3 buckets of water up to the top of the hill, and I watered all the non-fruit trees essentially. So we had, I think I planted 3 lilacs, a serviceberry, 2 ponderosa pines. Watered all those for like 10 seconds out of a normal watering can, and then I have 3 brand new fruit trees that are up here, so those 3 trees got some extra water, which was good. I did run over a tree, but it was a dead tree, so next up is going to be to go back, refill the 3 buckets I have in the back, and water those trees I showed you earlier that are all next to Mr. Bean. I have like 7 trees out there, and those ponderosa pines look really bad. So I'm going to go water those and flip the sprinklers from watering in 2 of the trees and the raspberry, I don't know what I want to call it, the raspberry row, but it's not really a row, it's L-shaped. It's an L row. It's an L row. Okay, so from the raspberry L row to, I need to flip that from that to the other like 5 trees that I just planted, which were mostly black locusts and some bush cuttings that I think did not, they yeah, they snapped when I checked them. But nonetheless, I'm gonna go water those 7 trees out there. I have been walking around fixing the watering and trying to hand water things that have not gotten, things that can't stand, things that aren't hooked up for water, which is not very much, but it is this hill for sure. And then the Douglas firs we put next to the strawberries don't seem to be getting any water, or they need more water. And then of course the greenhouse and the trays. Oh, I did already tell you that my strawberries, I have 15 blooms on my strawberry plants. That's good. But yeah, so the truck is cleaned out of live things. On to the next phase for 2025. Oh yeah, I did also say in the previous recording that I didn't actually record that I have a torn ACL and a torn meniscus. That's why my knee is so sore. Like, I've been avoiding stairs for like 3 months, and it's, yeah, because I've got like torn ligaments, or if an ACL is a ligament, I don't know. But I'm gonna have an orthopedic look at it, and we'll see. I don't think it'll be bad enough for surgery, because I can certainly walk on it. But what a crazy spring season. Tim had his eye surgery twice because cataracts. You got to do both eyes separated by a month, and he can't do anything 2 weeks after. We killed the tractor. I had skin cancer removed. You can not quite see it so bad, but it's a T-shaped scar, and yeah. So, and I'm getting it's not completely gone. Like, I'm getting transfusions every week to help out my blood. My blood is not saying that the cancer's gone, but this is gone. So anyway, so I got some more procedures in front of me for some pretty heavy duty screening, and yeah, we'll see. I don't know. You never know what the season's in store for you, has in store for you. And even if all we do is just keep the orchard somewhat alive by watering it every week, and we learn a lot, even if we don't sell anything. My motto with my engineering business is learn a lot and sell a little. And it's got some stresses, but it's okay. But we are learning a lot and selling a little, not anything. But no, we'll learn from the strawberries, and you're just observing. And yeah, so even if just half of those 40 trees that we got from the Spokane Conservatory take, and I think half is about what we're looking at, that'd be great. That'd be 20 more either trees or lilac bushes on the property, which would be fantastic. Plus the fruit trees, I think of the like 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 7. I think I planted 7 fruit trees. I think 6 took. That's awesome. But I planted 3 grapevines and 1 took, so that's not so good. But yeah, so even if it just and the asparagus, it took a little bit, so we're good. It's a good year. As long as we can keep those things watered, get them established, get them through. So this next winter is going to be tough because they'll have little baby roots that won't go deeper than the frost depth. So we still got to come out here and water those perennials, even though there's snow on the ground, which is so weird, right? But yeah, like I said, learn a lot, sell a little, and in a few years' time, this place will have some trees and will be actually really pleasant to walk around on. It won't just be like beating sun and either freezing cold or super hot. I mean, it will still be freezing cold and super hot, but there will be some like flora and fauna to shade you and stuff, different things, not just fields of weeds. So that'll all be good. And I'm getting healthier, even though it's not exactly physical like I thought it would be. I mean, I am still much more physical than I was in the winter. If I'm getting healthier by getting the surgeries and the blood transfusions and all that screening stuff done, that's how I'm getting healthier. Hell, that's how I'm getting healthier. Alright, I've droned on enough. A whole 6.5 minutes, it looks like. My kids. Because this is mostly for my kids. Alright, so I'm gonna go water. I'm just going to go water some things. Because even though it's been overcast and drizzly, I don't feel like anything's really gotten any water. And you can see how tall the grass is. We're hoping to be able to start the mower again, the tractor again today. and I could come mow around this stuff. Yeah, so this is what I mean when I say I'm watering by hand. Watered a bunch of stuff by hand last night and this morning. Now see, this task I can do when it's really hot outside, no problem. Yeah, that is not looking good. But the weeding, I wanted to get the weeding done while it was a little cooler. It's funny, I got myself out the door thinking, oh, I'm just gonna water and it'll be easy. And then an hour later, I'm like, maybe I should stop watering and start weeding. Yeah, all this needs to be mowed. But this is the last little bit that I'm doing by hand. And then I will go weed the strawberries. All right. I think that's it. Okay, here's a service berry. They had a hard time transplanting. And I did have 5 little asparagus plants pop up too in my landrace area, my lazy gardening area. So I'll probably check on those next week and do a video. All right, so I was able to mow between my strawberry rows yesterday. Yay! The plan today is going to be to weed them, and then I'm just going to rake the grass over them as mulch. It took me about 10 minutes to weed with a hoe and then go back by hand and get it decently. But you can see most of the strawberries are growing pretty well. In this group of maybe 20 strawberries, 2 have blooms. So 10 minutes for about a 10-foot row. And the water is broken. I'd show you, but then I'd have to take more steps. But basically, the hose popped out when we moved the hose in order to mow, and the attachment seems like it's just too big for the fix. So I'm not quite sure how to do that. And I called back to the house, but nobody's answering. So I've got 2 buckets of water here that will go through every 10 feet. And you can see how grassy it is along the strawberry row. Compare how grassy it is along the strawberry row compared to where it is where I just weeded. The bane of starting the tractor this year. Alright. So the time went from 10:27 to 10:47. So the second 12-foot section took a little longer than 10 minutes. But you can see they're growing. I got a lot of little tiny ones, almost like they died and came back after they were planted in the cold. From a distance, it doesn't look very well weeded, and it's probably not that well weeded, but we got some little teeny tiny ones here. Got some that didn't grow. That's okay. And then over here, I put the mowed lawn over the strawberry bed. So you can see. See, there's the watering hose, and then it's going under all that lawn clippings. I don't think it has seeds in it because, you know, I mowed it down before it seeded. Anyway, all right, so we're at 30 minutes for about 25 feet. So the time just keeps getting longer and longer. This time it took from 10:47 to 11:15 to weed feet approximately, let's say 25 to 35. There was a lot of grass in this one, and where there's a lot of grass, it's hard, and it's going to be hard looking ahead here. But yeah, and a lot of missing strawberry plants. See, Got one, check, check, check. Missing one. There's one that's dead I can see. Check, dead, check. Missing one, check. Dead or missing one, check. Is eaten by bug, and check. So that's not very many strawberries for the weeding that I just did. And then you step up and you look at it and you're like, oh my god, it's still got so much grass. All right, we are on our fourth measure here. This row of about 10-12 feet has been weeded. So yeah, we're probably at somewhere between 40 and 48 feet, and we've probably got 3 more left before the end of the row. Yep. Did have a lot of dead strawberries in here. Once I got in here and got the grass out, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 right there in a row. Anyway, there's a bunch of dead ones here. Alrighty, bite. Run 5. We got some strawberries here. Did this one a little quicker from the top, bending down between my toes, like I was doing toe touches, doing 2 hands at a time. Did go quicker. I just tried to view it as a stretching exercise. All right, 2 more. All right, section 6, strawberry plants. There's a alive one, there's a dead one, there's an alive one, there's a dead one, there's an alive one, there's a dead one, there's alive, alive, dead, alive, alive. Okay, so section 6 goes down to my watering can and gardening gloves down there. Almost done, yeah. All right, we've made good effort since I last did this. So I finished off weeding the strawberries for the last little bit here, the last 20 feet, I think. Yeah. And then, look, our guy at the end is probably one of our biggest. Really nice. And then Kaylin came out, which was super nice. And he did about 20 minutes of good fast weeding. And we also were able to water these Douglas firs that are maybe hanging on. But got some. We didn't start down here because the worst of the grass was like right in the middle. So so we still have this end to do, but these weren't too bad. So we're just gonna let these be for today. Maybe I'll come back out here tonight and try to finish it. But I've been out here about 4 hours. Here's where Kaylin started. And you can see there's just a path right through the grass. So we got strawberry there, little guy there, there. It did pretty good. So, yeah, that was a big help. And then I started at this end while he did the worst of it. And you can see here, strawberries have a little more breathing room. And this row is doing a lot better than the row closer to the creek. They're so shallow when they're first planted. I don't think it has anything to do with wet feet, even though obviously the row 6 feet closer to the creek is going to be a little wetter. I think it's just how they were planted. Tim did a really sort of meticulous job of planting each one of these guys in a nice hole, whereas Ari and I just kind of cleared out a superficial space, laid them sideways, and covered them up. But, you know, when you have 300, sometimes you just got to go quick. But his method definitely, I mean, I think like all of the strawberries survived, and maybe a third to 2/3 of our strawberries survived. So, but that's it for today, at least right now, this morning. I didn't want to waste this nice cool day. I mean, it's probably 65, slightly overcast. It had just, you know, the humidity is a little high, which is nice when it's cool. So, yeah, and like I said, we re-watered these Douglas firs again. I watered them last night, just 5 seconds, watering can by hand, and then Kaylin did it again today. So, yeah, they're suffering, and the wind does not help. About 15, maybe more. 1, 2, 3, 16. Looks like more than that, but it's only 16. They are so dry. I just put water on them last night. They're so dry. And I'm exhausted, but I'm going to go get some water and try to give them a little more life. I got a few things living here. Alright, our giant pumpkin is officially gone. Alright, they've been watered. They're obviously ready to go out in the field, and they need some nutrition. So I'll probably dig a ditch, lay them in there, and mix a little manure fertilizer in there with them. They just still look so sad. And it's been kind of overcast, kind of drizzly for a few days. I mean, I didn't water them because I know that it had drizzled and rained a little bit. I thought they'd be fine. They were not. Alright, let's look at the type that were the most resilient. This is the gypsy broccoli, and the tray is filled all the way up to the top. The jack-o'-lanterns, we had like 5 survive of like 2 trays. The polar bears were better than the jack-o'-lanterns. The Connecticut pumpkins totally were decimated in the dryness. Asparagus, I have 1. These were polar bears. And tomatoes didn't do so well. The Anaheim peppers did a lot better than the Tabasco peppers. What's this? Green gypsy broccoli fared, survived. The Waltham broccoli over there survived. The broccoli in the slightly deeper containers survived, which is the Waltham. Those are actually Connecticut. They managed okay. What's this? This totally died out. Tomatillos. This pretty much totally died out. Those are the pink pumpkins. Seem to have done the best because I only had 1 tray and it looks like they're all still kicking. Those are my Anaheim. Those are random things that were transplanted because they were getting leggy. Alright. So it looks like pink pumpkins and polar bear pumpkins. Then the jack-o'-lanterns, then the Connecticut. For tomatoes, I have to look back at my older videos for what's more resilient, but nothing held up to just like 4 days of dryness. It wasn't even bad heat. I mean, it was like 65, 70 temperature-wise. It was just dry and sunny. Which you'd think tomatoes would have been fine. Oh no, the tomatoes died because it got down to 37 one night. That's when my pumpkins, some of my pumpkins killed off too. Alright, let's do some watering. Oh, that's the wrong setting. Okay. Well, I'm going to fill this bucket up and do some hand watering. All right, so just hand watered these guys, just a little bit, just basically 2 of those cups, which is probably just 4 cups of water, but a little bit is something. All right, next. All right, this is second bucket, and we're gonna grab those 3 bushes up there. Well, not grab them, we're gonna put some water on them. Oh, and Pepper was getting me wet by doing that. And then we're gonna water a few things over here. So I have this lilac bush that I'm pretty sure is gone, but I'm going to keep watering it in case the roots underneath are gone, or they're still there rather, not gone. And then I have these steppables in here, which when I get in there and weed out the grass, it'll be really nice. The idea was that they were supposed to come up all in between these, oh, come on, let's get there we go. Farther reaching one. They were supposed to come up all in between the blocks, which they pretty much did, and I've weeded them a handful of times, but obviously the weeds also like this area. But I know that there's a bunch around the fire pit trying to get those. We have not gotten the tractor going again since Sunday, and it's Thursday. All right, next we go up there. So we had a tree, bought this tree in 2020, and it looked like it was good for the first year. Then it started looking pretty sad year after year. We moved back in 2023, and this is all we have left over. I'm pretty sure she just wasn't watered for 2 years. Hi, Mulder. Hi, Lotus. And after I water the asparagus, I'll go ahead and show you the asparagus. But the asparagus is in what we're going to call our Easy Farm or Easy Garden. And it's going to be landrace seeds that I get. And we're going to put it just in this area here. Basically throw things out here, water them about once every 2 weeks, and see how they do with very little TLC. Alright, so I planted 2 rows of asparagus. I planted 4 or 5 seeds, skipped a foot, 4 or 5 seeds, skipped a foot. And in this row, from this stick to this stick, I cannot see any asparagus. But I still just threw a little bit of water on it. You can't really tell, but in a line, just in case. And then over here, the other day I saw 5. But today, I just see 4. So there's 1, 2, 3 right there. 4. Actually, I did find 5 because there's one more all the way up here. And then this stick got knocked over probably by a deer. And then there's 5 little baby guys. And last Sunday I sat here and I tried to just kind of weed off the top so I could see what was coming up. And we only have 5, and that is fine, because what we'll do then is from those 5 we'll produce the most essentially drought tolerant, packed soil tolerant asparagus, and I'll try saving those seeds and replanting those here. Obviously it won't be for a long time, several years, because it's asparagus, but that's the general idea, is survival of the fittest.
Deer, a female deer, me a name I call myself, so a needle pulling thread, tea and drink with jam and bread, and that will bring us back to dough.
Oh yeah. Wait, I want to hear it.